Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the AI Shift, which is your weekly 15-minute strategy session designed for business owners who want clarity, not complexity. Whether you're stuck in tool overload, scattered workflows, or just unsure where to start, this is where strategy meets execution. It's designed to reset your week, sharpen your thinking, and turn AI from hype into help. Hi everyone, my name is Craig, and it is very good to be with you today for another session or another edition of the AI Shift. And this week we're going to talk about why AI gets you 80% there and then leaves you stuck. So, why does this happen? Let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever asked AI something and gotten a pretty solid answer and still felt unsure what to do next? The response looks smart, it's detailed, it even sounds confident, and yet you're still stuck. The answer looks good, so why am I still unsure? It happens to all of us. That feeling right there, that hesitation, is very common. We all get it, we all do it, and we all sit there and think, what do I do now? Or what do I use? Or how do I use this? And it's important to get this clear in your mind. It doesn't mean you asked the wrong question. It doesn't mean you're bad at prompting. And it definitely doesn't mean AI isn't working. It will usually mean one specific thing. And we'll get to that in a second. Let's look at the myth that we bust. And the myth we're busting this week is that better prompts lead to better decisions. And that's the myth, and we've discussed this myth a number of times, that if you just ask better questions, AI will think it through for you. But here's the reality most people bump into. AI is great at expanding options. It's terrible at choosing between them. It will expand the options, but it's terrible at choosing between them. And that choosing is where most businesses get stuck. I mean, you can ask it for 5 things or 3 things or 2 alternatives or 3 different things, and it will give you great options, but it won't be able to choose between them. AI won't be able to choose between them. So let's look at what that means for you and the shift you need to make when you're using your AI. This is the shift that most people miss. AI doesn't need more context. It needs priorities. Without clear priorities or rules, AI can only be helpful. It can't be decisive. So when AI gets you about 80% of the way there and then stops, that's not failure. That's the handoff point where a decision is missing. Now let's look at an example. Imagine that you ask AI for 5 marketing posts for my business, or 5 social media posts for a blog post, or something. You're asking it for multiple numbers of something so you can look at them. And then you get 5 decent ideas or 5 engaging, very good responses, either social media posts or emails or whatever. They're fine. But then you stare at them and you're thinking, okay, which one do I use? You've got 5 excellent responses, probably 5 responses that you didn't even consider, didn't even think about, but AI has given you 5 excellent responses. What you need to do is add one simple rule. And what you need to say is, instead of just asking for posts, you add prioritize clarity over cleverness. You give it a rule. Same AI, same task, but suddenly the output feels obvious. The rule did the thinking. AI just followed the rule. AI will just follow the rules you give it. So you need to prioritize clarity over cleverness. So you're using the same AI, you're using the same prompts, but you just add a concrete rule that will help it prioritize clarity over cleverness. And you'll suddenly get some different outcomes. So here's your shift for this week, and we want to just do this on one thing that you do regularly. Don't ask AI for better ideas. Instead, pick one decision you make over and over again. Just one. Just try it today, try it Thursday, Friday, when you normally sit down and do your work with your AI tool of choice. Just one. And then just write a single rule that guides it. For an example, if it doesn't help a first-time buyer, we don't publish it. Or another rule could be, speed matters more than polish. Or revenue beats reach. That's it. Just a stop there. Just one clear rule of what you're trying to achieve or what your goal is, what your outcome is. So just pick one thing that you do regularly every week with your AI tool of choice. It might be your social media posts for your blog posts this week, and you ask it, and what you want to do is just pick one rule. It might be that it's targeted towards this, to a certain clientele, to address a specific pain point. You just write one rule and give that to AI with your prompt, and there. You'll get a different outcome, and you'll get clarity over cleverness. So you don't need smarter AI. You need fewer decisions living in your head so that you're not having to decide which one to pick. You tell AI what you want and the rule. When you give AI a rule, you get momentum back. And momentum is what most businesses are actually missing. You start up keen, you start doing it, you start getting into AI, it starts doing a few things, and then you suddenly get stuck and you go, oh, which one do I decide to use? I've got 5 good emails here, but which one do I decide to use? Go back and give AI a rule. Give it a rule to help you then decide that what you're trying to achieve. It will then have clarity over cleverness. So just try it this week, today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or on the weekend, when you sit down and you do what you do regularly with your AI tool of choice. And see how that goes for you, and add a rule. Maybe even experiment with a couple of different rules to see what type of response you get. And then you just test. You review the results, you get the feedback, you see what's working. That's us for this week. I hope you have found that helpful. Next week, we'll talk about why most AI businesses automate the wrong things first, and how to spot leverage before you touch a tool. So that's for us next week on our regular edition of the AI Shift. Remember to try the rule this week and see how it feels, see what your outcomes are, but also remember to just test, see your results, and give your AI tool feedback. As I said, maybe try 1 or 2 different rules, see what the outcomes are, try them on different social media platforms or on the same platform at different times, different days, and see what works for you. But that's us for this week. I thank you again for your time. It's been very good. My pleasure to bring this to you today. I hope you found it helpful. Please leave a comment or some feedback below for us so that we can improve what we're providing or things you want us to address in the AI shift. But look out for us on Friday when we present the fix. And the fix is where we answer the 5 most common questions we've seen or had during the week on AI to give you some insight into what's going on in the broader world of AI. There's been some interesting press and articles over the last week and developments, and so we'll answer those on Friday and how they relate to small businesses. But it's been very good to be with you today. I look forward to either seeing you on catching up with you on Friday or next Wednesday when we present another edition of the AI Shift. But before I go, remember this, just try the rule and see how it feels. Thank you for your time. It's been very good to be with you. Until we see you next time, bye for now.